We need to talk about this.
I'm sorry, V. But the life you used to know is gone.
The new ending to Cyberpunk's main story is the worst one.
You were out for 2 years. It's 2079.
I saw a few videos on YouTube about how the new ending is life reassuring and is about finding balance in a new life. And it's bullshit. I mean, have you really played the game? Do you not see it?
2 years and zap nerves. That all your best docs can manage.
Not only in order to get this ending, you need to do the worst decision in the whole DLC that you possibly can. I cannot describe how depressing the new tower ending is, but I'll do my best.
Thought about how you're gonna spend your 30 pieces of silver?
So let's start with something that many people get wrong. We're not playing as ourselves in Cyberpunk. V is not you. So V has his own morality, his own views on the world, his own dreams and goals. This is shown throughout the story by not representing choices that V would have never picked. Like in my favorite Dexter Shawn scene, where we can't say we choose the quiet life over the blaze of glory.
You're either somebody or you fizzle out into nothing. Night City don't let you choose.
With that said, we need to analyze who V is to understand how this ending affects him. So, V has this big dream that he works extremely hard to achieve and make gigantic sacrifices on the way, like Jackie, T-Bug, Evelyn, and whoever you would take to the Arasaka Tower.
I remember you, cunt.
This guy, he doesn't care.
Who the fuck are you?
V lives the life of a mercenary and has no problem with it. He likes it, and his biggest dream is to get to the major leagues and to earn respect and reputation of the best merc in Night City. This is the lifestyle that he chose, and all of V's personality is built around that. Okay, so now we have a FIA solution, and we decide to close our eyes on their flaws and just surrender to the consequences and trust them. And we kinda see some red flags about what happens to those who trust them. But, okay, what is our final outcome? Obviously, we lose Johnny. The bomber chum is finally at peace. But that is not the kind of peace he means to have, right? If you have good relations with him. He does say that he would die for you to live. And we even have this absolutely heartbreaking dialogue when he calls V by their full name.
Good night, Vincent. Today was a good day.
But I think we can all agree that this is not the ending we want for Johnny. At least without he has some kind of an afterlife, becoming a part of a supercomputer or whatever Megatron all turns into. This is a conformist solution, taking aid from an ex-corpo president after returning her favorite toy to her. This is just something Johnny fought against with his life. He literally dies trying to save a trapped Netrunner, which is a good reference to V and Songbird. But to hell with Johnny. It's not about him, right? So what do we, as V, get from it in the end? We wake up after a coma that lasted for 2 years and find out that we can't use any implants anymore. Which means that any street rat we encounter is a deadly threat, and it also means no major leaks. But even that is not all. We start calling our friends, and suddenly we find out that nobody sorta kinda doesn't give a shit about us. They had their own lives for these 2 years, and they just forget about us at this point. Gary's in a tour, Judy's getting married, River is, well, River, and Panam, well, fuck Panam.
And then don't try her again, if you can.
I was in a coma. How can you be mad at me for not writing you GNs at night? The only one who actually agrees to see us is Victor. But as we walk the familiar streets, we find them not so familiar anymore. Misty's shop is gone. And I would say that this is the biggest red flag. Misty is your canary. You always care for her, and you always listen to what she has to say.
You were always like my canary.
And the fact that your absence becomes a final straw in her fall into depression sounds like a really bad outcome.
Decided to close the esoterica on the spot. I couldn't help other people find balance if I'd lost it myself.
After coming through what used to be Misty's shop, we find Victor working his ass off for Zeta Tech. We can clearly see how unhappy and burnt out he is, although he tries to deny that, and we don't really get a chance to speak because of some random thug having a corp insurance.
Vector, come on quick. I ran into trouble. Need surgery. It's
And you also get punched like a training dummy by some random street rats. And someone still calls it a good ending. Okay, let's see what good happens here. So, apparently, Yorinobu completes his mastermind 1000 IQ plan to sabotage Arasaka from the inside. Kills Hanako, which probably means Saburo will not return to take his body, and Arasaka retreats from Night City. And it would have been a good thing if he wasn't thrown out of his CEO chair right after that. Which means that some corporate jack-off already works on restoring the power they've lost. And be sure, that means more scheming, more blood, and more guys like Atom Smasher. Oh wait, Atom Smasher is fucking alive. Our one and only rocker boy is not avenged. 0 out of 10 ending. Yeah, so the only thing we actually get from all this is that we're not dying. We're not living much now either, because V's life is just gone and will never be the same. This was his life, this, and this was V's life. Now it's all gone and it becomes this. This is honestly just so depressing. But that's not all. Let's remember what we had to do to get this ending. Let me refresh your memory. We helped a sociopath war criminal president to return her escaped human weapon who begs us to kill her over returning her to Myers.
Please. I need to die.
And she's probably totally incapacitated and turned into a supercomputer now. That is, if she's alive, of course. Go watch my video on Songbird if you haven't, and you'll see why only a complete heartless asshole will do something like that. I'm serious, go watch it. It's good. Maybe too long, but it's good. Okay, let's summarize with a simple example. Imagine you, that's you, have a dream. Become the best truck driver in your city. You have friends who also want to be the best truck drivers, and you work as a team for half a year until you get this big delivery job that goes sideways and leads to a car accident. Killing your friends and miraculously leaving you almost unharmed. And by almost, I mean you get a late-stage cancer. Yes, that's the best metaphor I could think of. So you mourn your friends and decide not to give up and fulfill your dream. You do more complex deliveries, get trusted with a more expensive cargo, and people in your line of work start to speak of you as some kind of truck driving legend. You're almost there. But your cancer gets worse, and it's going to kill you soon. You've managed to save enough money to get a treatment. And you're given two options. A chemotherapy that will give you a few more months, at worst, or an experimental surgery, which can fully cure you from your cancer. You'd think of it for a bit and decide to go with the surgery. So you open your eyes, and the doctors tell you that you've been out for 2 years. You call your friends, but they've all moved out of your city, or even don't bother to pick up the phone.
And then don't try her again, if you can.
And there is also one small detail. Your legs are paralyzed now. But don't you worry, we have good news for you. No more cancer. You have your whole life ahead of you. So, how does this sound? Do you like it? Is it a good ending?
No.
Yeah, I think this is the worst possible ending for V. Maybe on the same level with Mikoshi one, but even in the devil ending you have an option to live for some more time. And it actually has pretty good philosophy about dying on your own terms.
Before, death was inevitable. A fact of my shit life. You let me choose it. Accept it on my terms.
The tower ending is just depressing. There is nothing good about it. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe and hit the like if you want to see more from me. My channel is just 2 months old and I'm doing my best to make it a cool one. Until next time!